Yeah! Yeah!
Alright guys, today is test day with the Nivlac 57 crew. The first car that we are going to be running today is my 1981 Ford Fairmont station wagon. You guys have seen this thing on the channel quite a few times, and you know that we have been struggling with this car recently. To give you guys a brief overview of the car, we built this car in 2019 for Drag Week 2019, and my goals were to go and participate in the 850 class. At the time, we put a twin turbo LS into the car. I lost interest in that a few years later and decided to swap in what is in it now, which is a Chevy 4.2 liter inline six from a Trailblazer. We weren't going to run that thing naturally aspirated, so we installed a big old turbo onto the side of it. And frankly, the entire journey, even when it had the LS, has been one big old struggle fest. When I swapped the 4.2 liter into the car, my goals were to get the car to go faster than an 862 at a drag and drive and complete the week. The reason I choose that specific number is because I want to beat the car that sort of inspired this build, and that is the 66 Nova that it participated at the very first drag week. But in order to go an 862, you first have to go an 8, and that was my goal for today.
Yeah! Yeah! Good job, brother!
The next car that we're going to run today is my dad's 1974 Chevy Nova. We built this car on an extreme budget a little over 5 years ago, and some of the highlights are we paid $50 for the chassis, $100 for the front end, and used a lot of the parts that my dad had laying around, because my dad has had quite a few of these Novas in the past, and he has a mound of parts for them. The last time that you guys saw this car, we had just got done installing a set of fancy front brakes onto the car. We saw a significant weight savings there, and that is definitely something you want to go after on a naturally aspirated car where you can't just throw another couple pounds of boost at it. To give you guys a brief overview of the engine, it is a stock bottom end 6.2 liter LS3 engine with a set of port and polished heads from Snyder Performance, a custom ground camshaft from Comp Cams, and from there it's fairly basic, a set of equal length headers, electric water pump, F-body accessories, nothing too crazy. The most recent time that we had this thing on the dyno, it made 457 horsepower at the wheels, so it will be interesting to see how this thing performs. So let's get to the action.
easy. Don't pull, don't do anything dramatic. Car needs a gear. My guess is we'll be in the 390 is probably what it needs, but I don't know if I want to spend the money.
I thought you bought a gear of 370 for it.
I did, but it's not going to make the car I want it to. So, yeah.
Overall, I'm very happy with how the Nova performed. The first pass was a little bit sketchy for my dad, but the second pass he sort of went into it anticipating the car was going to go towards the center line, so he preempted that and he was able to make a complete pass. As I said, the goal was to get the car into the 9s, naturally aspirated, and we did that. My dad and I have really been needing a good track session just to get out of the shop and really just to blow off some steam. And we had a great time with the Nova and my station wagon. And it's always nice when you can drive the car back on the trailer, having accomplished your goals. Overall, I'm very happy with how the wagon did today. While we are running the same exact turbo, we were able to far outperform the old setup on less boost. It took 32 pounds of boost to get that turbo to make this car go 149 miles per hour. And now we are going 154 on only 23 pounds of boost. Obviously, between the cold air intake, the revised intake and intercooler, we are seeing huge gains from those mods. And the car is finally starting to perform the way that it is supposed to. The only thing that I'm kind of concerned with from the outing at the track today is our compressor outlet temperatures were starting to get pretty high. We saw over 400 degrees on the compressor outlet temp on our last pass. And if you do the math on compressor efficiency, that's around 53% efficiency. A typical centrifugal compressor should be in the neighborhood of 75% efficient when it is operating as it should, and we're pretty far off the reservation with that one. I really think the car needs a bigger compressor, and we're starting to see the exhaust back pressure starting to creep up a bit, which is also an indication that the compressor is probably not performing in the way that it could. All that being said, the car is working, and I finally got to go my very first 8. That is the quickest and fastest that I have ever been in the quarter mile, and I was super happy to do it at my favorite track on the entire planet, Beaver Springs Dragway. It will be super fun to continue to dial this car in. I hope that you guys will continue to follow along. Another concern from the day is the brake smoke. As I got into the shutdown on both passes, towards the end of getting the car stopped, I noticed that there was smoke coming out from the back of the car. And when we loaded the car up, I noticed there was quite a bit of sparklies on the inside of my rear wheels. So we definitely need to go back to the drawing board on the brakes. Yep, that's a lot of sparklies on the inside of my wheel. All right, guys, leave a comment. What kind of brakes do I need to keep that from happening? Overall, we had a fantastic day at Beaver Springs Dragway, and I am super happy that we got the opportunity to do that. It's getting towards the end of the season, so we are definitely going to have to take advantage of these next couple of weeks. Look out for some more drag racing content. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah!